Hey everybody, welcome to the 2017 Much Games Hall of Fame. I am your hostess and the First Lady of Much Games, Colette. And of course, I have a co-hostess, my sister, Nikki.
Hi everybody, how's it going? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are. Okay. Well, the first inductee that we're going to do is this.
Hey everybody, my pick for Much Games Hall of Fame 2017 game is going to be Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy. I remember playing this game a lot as a kid because it was so different from the original Donkey Kong for the arcade and NES and various consoles. What made it so different is that Mario had more tricks up his sleeve for moving from point A to point B. He had handstands, he had a backflip jump. Small drops will not kill him so fast. He can also grab his hammer, toss it up above him, and then grab it again. So, it does have some of the levels of the original Donkey Kong with one added extra level, but just when you think you've beaten the game and rescued Polly, think again. You have to play even more of this game, and it takes a whole different turn than what you grew up with. Donkey Kong 94 is not really just getting to the top and reaching Donkey Kong anymore. It's now a puzzle platformer where you have to go through stages and find keys. Keys are essential because you have to open the door to actually finish the level. And of course, to open the door, you need a singular key. So there are many different approaches you can take to just get to the key. You can always take the obvious path, or you can try your few extra tricks to skip some of the puzzles. And if you manage to get all 3 items in a stage, you get to play a bonus game for a chance for extra lives. And if you're lucky, you may get yourself up to 5, or if you're not lucky, well, obviously you might get either 1 or 0. So yeah, the thing about the key is that if you toss it around from its original position, it goes away after like several seconds. So you have to plan out your movements very carefully. And then when you get to like at least 4 stages in a world, you have to take on Donkey Kong and try to get to the point where Polly is. It's a little different as it's not a traditional climb. Instead, you gotta navigate through certain obstacles and movements you have to make in order to finish the stage. And if you get to the end of a world, you have to fight him by throwing objects at him that he sometimes brings out himself, like barrels. If you hit him 3 times, you get to beat him and you move on to the next world. So overall, Donkey Kong 94 is my choice for Hall of Fame game.
Well, that game takes us back in 94. Wow.
Yeah,
Can you
really.
imagine all of those, like the graphics? Oh my god. Man. I think Donkey Kong was the only one that had Pauline. I swear to God, I think Pauline was Peach's sister, but honestly, when I played the game when I was younger, I thought it was Peach, but I was wondering what happened to Peach's hair that she had. I was like, what the fuck? Not even the same person.
You know what's funny? Mario don't even look like Mario.
Looks like
Looks like
Wario.
Wario.
I guess from all that running around with Donkey Kong, he lost all that weight. Okay, so are you ready to introduce the next game?
Yes. And the next game is...
Hello everybody, LPGrodus here with my Much Game Hall of Fame entry. The game I've chosen for the Hall of Fame this year is the game Alien Breed, which was released in 1991 for the Commodore Amiga. It is a top-down perspective shooter, which is heavily inspired by the Alien franchise, with the main enemies being the xenomorph-looking enemies you see here. And then there's also facehuggers, or enemies that look similar to facehuggers. But as you can see, the game is a top-down view game, similar to that of The Legend of Zelda, except it's a sci-fi game where you run around shooting aliens. It is a game that I played quite a bit as a kid. In fact, you can even play it with a friend, and it's a rather fun game with different types of weapons. You also have the keys you need to collect to open doors. And then you also have bosses to defeat in certain floors. There's a total of 8 floors. And the game ends when you kill the alien queen and manages to escape the station safely and you survive. It's a very fun game, which is obviously why I chose it. And in fact, it's a game I find deserving of the place in the Hall of Fame. And that is my entry. This has been LPGrodus. And I'll leave it to the rest of my fellow members to present their games. Take care, everybody.
I like that game. I like the graphics on it, and alien hunting. When you get frustrated on somebody at work or something, you can always pretend it's them and go hunting around.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it. It's a shooter. It's like, hey, go find some monsters. Oh, shoot. And you know me, my shooting and other type of games that are brutally, really,
Yeah.
So you know me,
Enough
me and
said.
my, shooting and everything, beating them up. There you go, beat them up. So, and of course, Grodus, God love him, God bless his heart. We call him the Swedish frog, but he sound almost like the Swedish chef. Oh, work. Call him the Swedish chef. Anyway, here's the next game.
Journey is a game that tells you exactly what it is in its title. It is a journey. This game doesn't start off with exposition, it doesn't start off with any sort of challenge to you. You're just there with a goal, and your goal is the journey. You see a mountain off in the distance, you go to it, and that's it. But to say that the entire game of Journey is just reaching a mountain would do the game a great injustice. This game is filled with varied landscapes, incredible music, and an ambiance that will just keep you riveted and even bring you to tears at times. It's up to you to decide what the story is in Journey, and it's up to you on how you get there, how fast you get there, and what you do along the way. You're essentially just a traveler. Sometimes you meet other travelers, sometimes you go it alone. The game doesn't tell you how to play except for a few hints here and there, and the game doesn't tell you how to feel. That's really up to you. I chose this game for the Much Games 2017 Hall of Fame because this game is art, and if you don't have it, you really should try to get it. It's on many systems at this point, and it's beautiful. It's a short game, but it's beautiful. You go through it, your protagonist can fly, perhaps, go through the desert, go through varied things, and it's an experience. And that's something that is hard to say with some games. You can say with a game, yeah, I played it, but you can't always say, I experienced this. And people don't say, I played Journey. People say, I experienced Journey. Because that's really its point. The point isn't the start, the point isn't the end, the point is the game.
Well, that's an interesting experience. You know, I want to experience Journey too. And even though, and no, I'm not talking about the band Journey, even though many people agree, that Journey, everyone loves the experience because, I mean, hey, I love me some Journey.
I like that game. It's so peaceful at first, and all of a sudden you just take your time.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a journey of self-discovery, like spiritual,
Good
whatever,
game for
you know?
adventurous people.
Exactly. Not bad. Not bad.
Nope. And we ready for the next one?
Yes.
When you think of launch titles, you might think of hard-hitter first-party titles that really start a console off. But sometimes, you don't need a major IP to kick off a console. Wii Sports was one of the best-selling games of all time because it capitalized and introduced the possibilities and potential of the Wii. Nintendo Land manages to do the same, with lots of charm and wonderful implementation of the Wii U gamepad showing how it could be used. In Nintendo Land, you play as your Mii, creating your own theme park. Fittingly enough, when this came out, it sorta inspired Mario's Universal Theme Park appearance. You add lots of things to attract other Miis and build a community with the help of Monita. Monita is a screen-based tour guide that helps you throughout your time, and while not the most intricate design character, she has a cuteness to her and a nice voiceover, proving that Nintendo can do voice acting if they want to. An interesting note is that her voice is actually different for the EU and American versions of the game, so it'll actually have accent differences. Nintendo Land itself is a theme park, meaning all the gameplay options are just mini attractions, but they're all related to big IPs. From Donkey Kong to Metroid to Zelda to Pikmin to even Luigi's Mansion, the variety is certainly packed, as well as the gameplay. Each game has you performing tasks similar to the main game, but with an interesting flip on how it is controlled and implemented with the gamepad. It's one of the most interesting ways to show off a console and proves that some of the best launch titles are the ones that show why you should have the console. I'm ZeoLightning, and this is Nintendo Land for the 2017 Hall of Fame.
I like the Nintendo Land. You got 3 or 4 different, some of my favorite games into it.
Like?
Like Koopa games. You know what ones I like?
True. Yeah, well, I like that too because I've played that several times. Actually, a few times with my nephew. So, of course, one of the ones that I love is the one with the Luigi's Mansion. That one with the ghost. I like that, and I like the one where
you
you're
mentioned.
shooting at the Metroid Blast. I like that one as well. That was a really good one too.
They were all good.
And I remember there's one like with a lot of green hills, is like you're chasing each other. Like I think it was with the cars, or you're trying to do something with the balloons. I can't remember which one. I don't know. It's been a while since I played it, so oh well. But I think are you going to introduce the next game?
Next game we should go to.
Or
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Moves87 here with my nominee for the Much Game Guides Hall of Fame. And my game of choice will be Wild Arms 2 for the PlayStation 1. Much like my previous nominee for last year's Hall of Fame, Star of Frontier 2, Wild Arms 2 came out late in the PS1 life cycle back in 2000, and it's also a pretty underrated gem at that. This game I actually picked up kind of on a whim way back when EB Games was still around. I had the first Wild Arms, and I saw this on the shelf, I was like, oh, you know, I had the first game, I loved it, so I may as well buy this one too, right? Funnily enough, I'm actually in the final part of the game here, well, set in the last part, the Spiral Tower, mainly to show off the really, really unique dungeon theme here. This game, top to bottom, has something for every RPG fan out there. It has a great cast, a great setting, fantastic soundtrack, really fun gameplay, and also a ton of really fun and somewhat, actually, really, really hard puzzles as well. This game really just speaks to me because it's one of those games I grew up with. I still play throughout, like, usually at least once a year I play, just because it's that much fun. There's so much to do for side content, lots of optional bosses. Also one of the coolest final boss themes ever in my mind, and I've played many in RPGs, so I feel pretty certain enough to say that. And with that, guys, I'll just wrap it up right here. Best of luck to all the other games in the tournament, and with that, this has been Mr. Moves87 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. I'll let it sit here for a bit to enjoy the awesome music.
well, honestly, well, first thing is first. Side note, there is EB Games here in Canada. Actually, it still is EB Games here in Canada, but it's called GameStop in the United States, for those wondering. And
I like the graphic in this one. What do you think?
it looks
And the
cute.
colors combination for a dungeon type of game. It's more.
But I like the. I mean, the music is great because I mean, hey, I love
Yeah.
music, of course. So, but I was hoping that I was able to see a little bit more of the footage. You know, not just standing there looking all pretty. You know, sitting pretty. You know, Mr. Movies do sound like almost like a Mr. Movie phone, like a younger version of them
No, not with
from the
name, but-
movies, from the
okay.
movies like they introduced. So.
Anyway.
Anyway, so let's go on with the next game, shall we?
First you draw a circle, then you dot the I's, and add a great big smile, and presto! It's Kirby! Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes, and I likes what I do. I like that. Oh, Here's another power-up. The tornado power-up. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Oh, the memories of Kirbys Adventure. I remember doing an LP of this on my own channel, and it's easy to see why I nominated it for the Much Games Hall of Fame, which it made, and I'm very happy about that. And this game is so fun. I mean, I can go on and on, but I think the best thing about it is not just the fact that Kirby can now use abilities. That's when this game introduced that feature, which was not present in the first game. But nonetheless, though, it shows Kirby in bright, stunning color, which you couldn't see in the first game. The level design is amazing. I mean, there's so much you can do in that game. And of course the quality is bad, especially since I recorded it off of TV, but it was the best I could do. But there's so much you can do in this game, it's beyond comprehension, really. As well as an ode to the very first game, as a little bonus. But I just love it because you can pick it up and play, and it doesn't really take that much to learn how to play the game, but mastering it is a whole different story. Especially if you want to get 100% in that game. But half the fun also has to come from taking on the bosses. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get killed, but if you do, it will not take long for you to beat these bosses. And most of the bosses are pretty easy, but there were just a few, like Mr. Shine and Mr. Wright. They gave me a run for my money. But as bad as that they were, I would have to say that Nightmare, this is Phase 2, but Phase 1 alone was the hardest part. And I mean, I practically raged all over that, and I'm so happy I eventually beat it, and as well as finished the game. But I have to say that my favorite is Meta Knight, and I mean, this game is a great game. Do pick it up, and it holds a special place in my heart. Yes, I got him. Wow. Guys, did you just see that? Did you just see that? Oh man. I got a black brother! I got a black brother.
Hey everybody, the Jew 22 here. I had to do it.
I don't know how you
had to do a
react
shout
to
out.
that,
Hey Jew
but-
Bear. And I'm the only one that's allowed to call him Jew Bear. Just like he calls me Colette Bear.
I don't know
or
how he's gonna
the
react to
first
that,
day to
but
much games. He'll laugh at it. No, and God love him. He's so fun.
I hope.
I love him to pieces. He is. Oh, you will love him. He is so fun. And you know what? I love you even more, Joe Bear, because I love Mennonite too. Him and his cute little sword. And of course, everyone loves Kirby because he sucks and blows and God knows what.
Anyway,
Well, he does. He even gets stoned every so often too.
the game. The one thing I like with the game is at the end where you get the sword, and you remember Super Mario Bros. 3?
Oh yeah, with the wand.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
one that throws around. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Oh yeah, with the king's like, oh, you just say the princess and it's like, here's your wand.
But it's way at the end. That's,
Yeah,
no.
like, yeah, I like that. Anyway, the next game is.
Welcome folks to a special video. I'm Samurai TX, and the game I'm picking to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the game that started it all. And it's made in 2001 by Capcom and ported onto the Nintendo DS in 2005. So, if you wanted to know how it feels to be a lawyer, or if you wanted to be one but you couldn't be one, then this game is for you, because it shows you how it feels to defend a client from not getting a not guilty verdict, and protect the innocent, you know? I picked this game because this game has just got everything in it. It got me into visual novels. When I mean it has everything, it has likable characters, a very gripping story, and it keeps you into the game. There was originally 4 chapters in this game, but they added a 5th one just for DS users and to entice the adventure a bit more, to add to the story. And it's done very well. That's why they've ported it onto every console to try and get everyone into it. The trilogy is available if you haven't got it on 3DS, the Wii, and every other console, even on your even on cell phones. But yes, it has likable characters, like I said, gripping story, even has a lot of comedy when it edges from the seriousness that is the murder cases and whatnot. They've added some comedy involved in this game, so I think you would like it because, well, if you wanted to be a lawyer, then yeah, you can defend your clients and whatnot. Even has funny things from meltdowns and other jokes and references. So I think you guys would enjoy it, and this was one of Capcom's more finer games, you know, in the early 2000s when they introduced the Phoenix Wright series, and there's plenty more to come in the future from this franchise, and if you want to get into this game, then I suppose you start with this one, because it's where it all began, and I believe it will entice you into the franchise. So this is Samurai TX, signing out. Until then, thank you guys for listening to my Hall of Fame pick, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.
Well, what do you think about that one, Colette?
I actually loved the game. I played it and I absolutely loved it. I love the objection and everything like that. I love that type of stuff. I definitely is gonna be definitely a future Let's
I
Play.
never
Definitely.
played that, but I'm really interested in it. I really am. I gotta
It's very
say.
interesting.
Especially wants to be a liar, and
Yeah.
some. I don't have the patience to be a liar, but when I want to be a liar, I know which one to go to, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, of course, you know, later on or something like if he has like a little psychic or something like that, says like, hey, you know, maybe I can get a job like that too.
And here's the next one coming up.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Cole and L112 here with my induction into the 2017 Much Games Hall of Fame, Shining Force. And while I'm inducting this, it did come out originally for the Genesis / Mega Drive, 1992 in Japan and 93 in both North America and Europe. While the game actually surrounds our protagonist, Max, leader of the army of Gardania, he's also sent to Runefest to take on their army through a chapter-based series in this tactical RPG. Yet, there's also preventing trying to wake up the Dark Dragon. You also get a lot of other people who join the force and help along the way. But yet, while you're also trying to chase down Kane, you actually find out the main antagonist is also a guy named Dark Soul, who, well, really succeeds by the end of the game to revive Dark Dragon, using himself. But, of course, that's until you actually put an end to that, by the end of the game. So, this is a turn-based tactical RPG, and there's one good one. It was the start of the series, although this one, like most, may have its ups and downs. However, I enjoyed it. I have Let's Plays, as you guys can see from the scenes coming up here. This was many years ago. And it's also started what was to be a great series along the way. So that is it. That is my induction to the Munch Games Hall of Fame. So peace out, everybody.
Well, it looks like a great game, but the one introducing it was a douchebag. That Cole and that what a jerk.
I wonder if he feels the same way about you, Colette.
I'm the queen of blue shells. He still never forgive me for that one.
That explains a lot.
A few more blue shells in my closet that I can throw at him. If he pisses me off, there you go.
Anyway,
But
we both
what's
talked about
your
the game?
take on it, on the game?
I like it. I like it a lot. Even
not
though I
too
never
bad.
I never really played it, but I watch a few of it, and I did watch Cole's one. So
Yeah, it looks pretty interesting, all the same. God love him. Oh my. Okay, well, let's go on to the next game.
Hey everybody, Ryan here with my pick for the 2017 Much Games Hall of Fame. And my pick is actually going to be Lunar Silver Star Story for the PlayStation 1. I think this was also released on, I think it was Sega Saturn or Sega CD, or maybe I can't remember the exact system, but I enjoyed playing it lots of times on the PlayStation 1. It follows a young boy named Alex and his flying cat named No, as he was a great admirer of the Dragon Master Dine, and his best friend from childhood, Luna. Of course, there's other characters that you'll meet throughout the game when you play it, and these are some of the characters. Some of them are friends, some of them possibly foes. But yeah, I'm just showing you the opening scene that you get when you first boot up the game. I love the animation of this game, like the anime features. The music is excellent, has a great story, great JRPG in my opinion, and you should totally check out this game. Whether you play it on emulator or you get it on a PlayStation 1 console or something along that lines. I actually had the official game. This is where I'm recording it from, and I figured I'd do the opening. I'm not gonna show off any of the gameplay, but it's a great 2D RPG that I think a lot of you would really enjoy if you're into RPGs, especially JRPGs. So, yeah, this is my pick for the Munch Games Hall of Fame tournament, class of 2017. And thanks for watching, guys.
The animating of this game is really well done, must say.
Yeah, the music is pretty too.
Yeah.
Lots of pretty singing.
Yeah, and there's certain parts of it that the flying
The flying part, it reminds you of the never-ending story, like
yes.
the
brings
cartoon
back
that
our
we used to
memories.
watch, yeah, that brings back lots of memories.
Yeah. What do you think? Do
Oh,
you want to
lovely.
play that?
It looks like something very interesting, really, that I would like to try to play,
Maybe you can do it in your own channel.
That might be a future LP. Who knows? I'm looking for some different games, so.
Maybe these guys can actually put some comments down.
Yeah,
hint.
and see which one they like to see Colette play, or maybe myself and you play, who knows. Anyway, and of course the
Ming. And now the last one that won the 2017 Hall of Fame tournament.
Hey everybody, the First Lady of Much Games is back, bringing you the winner and the final induction of the 2017 Much Games Hall of Fame tournament. The game is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, which is the second installment for the Paper Mario series, released for the GameCube in 2004. In my opinion, and many other people's opinions, it's the best out of the Paper Mario series. For me, one reason is the graphics are a huge improvement from the original Paper Mario. And I really like the storyline, because in this RPG adventure, Peach goes on a cruise to Rogueport and meets a woman in a hood and buys a box containing a map. She sends it to Mario with a letter asking him to help her in her search for the map's treasure. But soon after, she gets kidnapped. Surprise, surprise. by no other by Sir Grodus. Anyway, Mario receives Peach's letter with the map and decides to help her as usual. So, after a battle with the X-Knots or Cross-Knots, we meet Goombella, also searching for the treasure. She then decides to team up with Mario and insists that they go to Professor Frankly's house to show him the map and get advice. Professor Frankly tells them the map is related to the legend of the Thousand Island Door, and they open it that they must find the 7 crystal stars, in which we learn here that the crystal stars can be found by holding the map before the Thousand-Year Door. Thus continue their adventure with finding the crystals and all that other good stuff. This concludes my induction in the 2017 Much Games Hall of Fame. Peace out, everybody.
I really love this game, I must admit. Actually, I watched 2 or 3 other people doing it. Like NewfieBangaa. Yes. I like the graphics, yes, I do. But you got join the party and stuff, like the other Madame Florini and Koopa and
Goombella.
Goombella.
Like,
Yeah, Goombella. There you go.
yeah,
That was close. Close enough.
yeah. And of course, well, like the Madame Fury, I know that you guys keep saying that it reminds you guys of me, Cousin Chest. Okay, so
Not just that.
well, I don't think I'm as mean.
Oh,
Well, I can be. Well, I'm mad. Get me furious. Let's see. So, of course, this is gonna be a future Let's Play, but it's that it's not gonna be right away, of course. Hence, I said future Let's Play.
nicely done.
Anyway, so of course, yeah, nicely done. And of course, I think this concludes the 2017 Much Games Hall of Fame. I'm Colette signing off, and
This is Nikki.
peace out.